In this session, we're going to discuss how to set up a payroll profile. Now, a payroll profile can be actually set up in two completely different places. I can go to the setup itself, and I can go to the employees here. And here I have a new employee called Technician 3. If I double click and open him up, I can go here and set up his payroll profile. Now I can do the same thing in the contact screen. I can pull them up in the contacts and do this. And I can also go to taxes and payroll and set this up. So let's go there and do it. So I'm going to go over to my taxes and payroll off my home ribbon. We're going to go to payroll entry. So the first thing I want to do is set up a profile. So we're going to select the technician and we're going to do a edit. So in this situation, what we're going to do is we're going to put in what we know at this point in time for the payroll for this one person. So here I'm going to select how often do they get paid. They might get paid bi-weekly, for example. You will put your pay period end date. So it might end, say, on the 15th. And I might pay the following week, let's say the 21st. Payment method, where is the money coming from? In other words, what account is it coming from? You have a ledger account, in other words, where do I want to expense this? So in your general ledger, you're going to have a section under expenses for payroll expenses. Now this can be changed, the names of these expense accounts. You can call them whatever you want. You can add, edit, and do what you want in the general ledger. I'll just say it's production. And where do I want to put the employer expense side? So the employer expense side could be the same or maybe to payroll liability expense, something like that. It's whichever you choose. So under payroll item, I'm simply going to tell the system, how does he get paid? Click my little plus sign. So here I can select from my payroll items. So let's say I have a hourly, and he gets a rate of $30 per hour. Now these hours are going to change from pay period to pay period. So this does not stay consistent. If it were to be the same each pay period, then I certainly could put it in. And then when I hit tab on my keyboard, see, it'll automatically come up with my gross pay. Since we don't know from pay period to pay period, then at that point, I just leave it at 0. You can add as many payroll items as you wish. If you need to have different ones, maybe a commission or a bonus or something like that. Sometimes people get a bonus, or you might be paying vacation pay each time. So in this example here, if I'm paying vacation each pay period, here we're going to say, well, we're paying 4%, so it'd be a 0.04, and it'll be 4% of whatever the gross wage is. Down below, you'll put in payroll liabilities. So liabilities are going to be what gets deducted. And by the way, we are going to have a separate session just on accrued vacation pay on how to handle that. So typically you're going to have CPP, in this case, EI, federal tax, and I may also be doing health insurance. So at this point here, I don't know exactly how much it's going to be each pay period. Now, if I do know on the health insurance exactly what it is, I can go ahead and put it in. So he might be paying 15, and I'm going to pay 15 on my side. So we have the employer and the employer amount. So if you look closely at this, all we're doing is putting in what we know at this point in time. That's all we're doing. Then we hit OK. So now we have the payroll details set up as far as we can go. Each employee would be set up the same way. You just click them, edit, and then you have everything set up. Once you have the setup done, then you can start doing payroll entry.